everyone, what's up? We are utilizing our green screen today to make it a black screen for you all, but this is the Retro Ranger wrap-up.
We are so excited to be here. Come on, dude.
Whoa, my shirt's going like psycho. It's not even green.
It's Power Rangers in space. The season that should have always been made and the season that we got to enjoy. It's the best season.
It really is. And last week, thank you so much for joining us, those of you who tuned in. We had Roger Velasco and Christopher Kamen Lee on our episode last week. If you haven't seen it, definitely check out the live watch along and their kind of Q&A session afterwards. It was super interesting. I love those guys. They're so fun, so entertaining. Like the stories they have to share are super interesting.
Like I couldn't believe that Chris and Roger, they said the first time they really started to work together, they almost came to blows.
Yeah.
They almost fought. Yeah. And I was like, I can see that with Chris.
Yeah. Like young guys, a bunch of them on the set trying to be like, who's the
Roger
most macho dude?
Ego. So, yeah. I mean, man, jeez. The first 2 episodes were amazing. The next 2 episodes were mediocre, but still, they were fun. It kind of blew me
out of the water. It was crazy. Like, so this week we were talking about episode 3 and episodes 4 of Power Rangers in Space. And thanks again so much for joining us. This is Illuminerdi. I am LT.
I am Daniel, a.k.a. Battlestar Galactica, a.k.a. The Bicon. And we are here, once again, talking about Power Rangers.
Yeah, so just kind of jumping into it, these episodes really caught me off guard. I couldn't believe that they had a crossover kind of mashup episode so early in the season.
So early on
like, they were hitting the ground running in this season, which I fucking love. I love the introduction. I love the new intro song. I think it's fucking fantastic. Like, man, I'm just like singing it. Like, it's fast. I love it. Yeah, like probably not since Zeo.
Okay.
Zeo, like I really like that, but sorry, I still have my bubonic plague. But like this one was freaking fantastic. I thought it was brilliant, and we have a mashup with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh my
for
God.
those of you guys in the chat, when you saw this, what did you guys think? It's kind of crazy for me because I grew up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
right.
Like in the 80s, early 90s. It was the animated one where they still had pupils. They were very soft and round and cute looking. Because obviously Power Rangers went through like a bunch of different iterations. I watched the movie and was it Secret of the
series.
Ooze and
man.
Shredder and everything. And it's kind of it's a little weird. It was a little weird for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like it came out of nowhere. So our baddie this season, Andromeda.
Yeah.
Andromeda. Okay, she has a turtle on a pedestal for no reasons. And
at the end of the 3rd episode, out of nowhere, she just gives us a monologue like, "Oh, well, we have to get rid of the Rangers, and for the next plan." And in the frame, she walks right in the frame of a turtle on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Someone explain to us where that turtle came from. Just anyone. I'm looking at the comments. No one has an answer. There's no reason why that turtle should be there.
Producer Shay, can you put a different background on? Because we are green fuzzy like crazy.
Yeah,
and we need something to ease up on these like really harsh outlines we got going on.
Oh,
there we go. Thank you. But
welcome to our sports desk. All right.
But yeah, so we get these Power Rangers, and these power. I'm a little. Growing up with the TMNT. Like, I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Donatello was my guy. He fought with only just a stick. Incredibly brilliant. Made all the tech for their team. And this would have been really interesting for him and Billy, I feel like, from Mighty Morphin would have been kind of a better mashup. And then you get the hot-headed kind of leader and, like, the fun, kooky guy. I think that would have matched better with, what's his name? Blue Ranger that hurt himself in a wrestling match. Rocky and Michelangelo, I think, would be fun. Where the fuck did Venus come from? Wait, did I miss something? Like, in my childhood, I must have missed something because when I grew up, there were only 4 Ninja Turtles and 1 Master Splinter. And they were all dudes.
During this time, they were playing out with expanding what we knew for Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
And they were influenced by the Power Rangers, seeing that they had female characters. They were live action. They were karate. Everyone loves them. Well, everyone loves Ninja Turtles.
Of course.
It's homegrown. And we were like, and then they were like, we're going to do a live one because people love the film. So let's just do a live one.
Okay.
Well, we have stuff left over anyway. And we'll do a show.
All right.
And we'll introduce Venus. So this way now, even the girls.
So this was in the actual, was this in the series that they introduced Venus?
Series, only in the series.
Okay, and it was a live action series.
Yes.
Okay, that totally passed me by. That definitely passed me by because the Ninja Turtles I grew up with were animated, except for the two movies that I saw that were live action.
Oh, yeah.
And then it kind of went to a different iteration of animated Ninja Turtles. I completely missed everything. Also, the character design for this particular Ninja Turtle, I do not like it. I don't know why she has breasts. She's a turtle.
She's a female. They have to differentiate. That's why they also give her a braided.
That's fine. The braid thing, like that's fine. Like I'm definitely cool with that. But like the anatomy of this turtle, like, do we see turtle wieners on the other turtles? We don't. I mean, this is not Quest for Player 2. Let me change my mentality. This is supposed to be a family show, and I apologize for all the fucks that I just threw out, and don't have any more, so I'll just try to be a little more PC on this one. But
the shell sticks to the body, right? And it has to mold to the body almost like a suit of armor. Okay. It has to stay to every curvature. Inside of her shell, she has.
So, do the turtles have a bulge? Can anyone in chat tell me that? Do the turtles have a bulge?
I think they probably do, but they also have a cup, and it's just unilateral.
Okay. So okay. They just smash it in between their legs, so it's just like okay. I thought a lot about the turtle anatomy more than I should have. Definitely more than I should have. I should just kind of let these things go.
She is on a rampage today, guys. Yeah. She effing hates the inconsistencies in these two.
It's like the inconsistencies. It's like the character designs of like I love Ninja Turtles, and if you grew up in the era of like the early '90s, kind of like the cartoon that I grew up with, it was very like the 90s were about extreme sports and being super cool, like cowabunga, and we love pizza and being goofy, and it was one of those things. And they try to bring in Power Rangers in space, which I like. I also do not like the voices of the DADR. None of the voices I thought were particularly good, but I do like the mechanics of the turtles' mouths, that they were able to articulate the lips, and I don't know how that's done, if it's animatronics or not, so I was kind of curious about that.
It's like the original movie.
Oh, okay.
They take
they have a whole wire thing they show you.
Okay.
It's so dope.
Okay, so that's pretty good. Like, I was actually pretty impressed with that, because I obviously missed the whole live action TMNT series. But yeah, some of the
this is the thing, and also Saban got rights for television Ninja Turtles.
Oh, that's fine.
So that's why they did what
Thank
they
you,
did.
Matthew Thompson. I am extremely critical. But so far I love Power Rangers in space. Don't get me wrong. Like, from the set designs, the amount of budget that they're putting into this for the sets, like, it looks like Star Wars. It looks like Star Trek. They have like a command center that's super interesting. I love the plot already that they have Zordon, and the Rangers are trying to save him.
Yeah.
Like, they went to Eltor, kidnapped him. I'm kind of curious about what happened to Alpha 5 though, because Alpha 5 went with Zordon back to Eltar, and we haven't heard about him. And I love that Alpha 6's voice box is different. Yeah. And it's not the voice is different, but the personality is different. It's not like yo guys, this is Alpha 6. It's more of a like feminine.
It is. It definitely is. It definitely is.
So far, all the changes have been fantastic. Andros looks great. I love that introduction. I feel a little bad for TJ. He kind of got juked in there a little bit. But I mean, he didn't have powers anyway, so I mean, beggars can't be choosers, right?
I gotta say, I did love when they returned home, and they were like, "Okay, so now we're home, and now we're scuttling to make sure we can get the ship ready to take off again." And while that was happening, that's when the villains, thinking ahead, said, "This is where they're at their weakest. Let's get them now." So they traveled to Earth to get them. That's what happened on the third episode, and I was like, "This is pretty smart. This was very smart." Even though, of course, they lost a fight.
I mean, like, not all of them came. Like, they were all at the banquet in the first episode. But Andromeda. And then, okay, so I have another question. I might have missed this. So we have Elgar, who was Divatox's kind of minion.
Oh, yeah.
And then we had, what is his name? Dark Spectre. Dark Spectre was like, hey, Elgar, you're going to help Andromeda now. Is it because they didn't have a specific minion for her? Or, okay. I'm just going to assume they just didn't have any other characters.
They were carrying it over because it was like one of the suits we have in the U.S. still. So let's just throw it in. I think that's what happened. Because they didn't use, like Chris was saying, this is the first season they tried to use much less of the old Sentai footage and try to do a whole lot more of what they had. And they didn't follow any of the story of what happened on Sentai. They made their whole own story.
which is fantastic because I like the American footage. I think it really helps to relay like more complex stories, more character development, which I'm already seeing, which is super interesting. In the episodes that we watched today, I really enjoyed. As kind of like crazy as it is, we haven't seen a whole lot of romance.
It's astronomer.
Astronomer. I'm sorry. I'm still getting to used to all of these names and everything. I promise I'll get it.
So sweet. I don't give a fuck. Oh, so there you go. How about that one? How about that one? Andromeda from now on. Fuck you. Who said no? I'm playing Astronomer. Like astronomy. Astronomer.
Okay, astronomer.
Thank you. I definitely appreciate it.
Shaking his head at us because we don't know how.
Oh wow, big deal. You know, Joe says it. Everybody comes over and sucks his dick. I say it. It's like, oh my god, I'm so shocked. The fuck up.
But yeah, I kind of like we haven't seen. Man, we are diseased here.
We are
on this show. But yeah, I like the kind of development between Ashley and Andros. Actually, she's being a proactive. That's the kind of girl that I like. Where she's just like, this guy with the blocky highlights. This shit is hot. This guy's hot. He's from space. He has force powers. We're not calling it telekinesis. He is from space.
He said telekinesis.
He's using the force. Let's be real. Like, she's hitting on him hardcore. So I thought that's already kind of developing of like, hey, she has some agency. She knows what she wants. She's going after it.
Agency.
Really? She's taking him on a date, being like, hey, let's play pool. I show you how to play pool. You show me how to use the force. This is better than Star Wars.
I'm just saying, she's like, anytime there's a new guy who is the first woman on the team that is on it.
Like who? Who else has she been hitting on?
Phantom Ranger.
No, that was not her. That was Pink Ranger.
I thought it was.
No. She was the one that.
Yellow wanted it, but then Pink got it.
Oh, they were fighting for a little bit.
I'm just saying, she's the first one to be like, yo. Like, I'm like, dang. I mean, how thirsty are you? But whatever,
Man, can we have the chat, like, be up there a little bit longer than 2? Man, my ability to read is so... You can even put it, like, right here in this massive gap of space.
I don't know.
All right. But that's fine. But yeah, so I thought that was pretty good. Like, there. Okay. But yeah, so Cassie, like...
So high.
I mean, Cassie had the whole Phantom Ranger thing. No, they were fighting over some other dude. It was a new dude. Yeah, the dog. They're fighting over the dog dude, but Phantom Ranger was definitely Cassie.
That's true.
We thought Ashley and Carlos were going to have a thing when they were cheerleader and soccer team. It never amounted to anything. And they haven't really been on any kind of like dating situations.
That's true. So yeah,
in a fairly long time. So, but I
you're
like
right, then. She has shown her own agency,
especially since before they were trying to get the attention of the dog boy and be like passive aggressive about it. And it shows that she's come this far. She knows what she wants. She likes this. She's the new chapter of her life there in space, and I like this new Ashley. I'm intrigued, and she just immediately comes up and was like,
"Oh my god,
yo,
so fast!
You come with me, come with me." And
fast. Oh my god.
Poor Andros. I think he's blindsided because he's obviously like, I'm not a human or whatever. He could be however many years old, like 3,000 years old. He's found in space.
Right.
But yeah, it was super interesting.
I did like that. I like how she was. You're right. How she did kind of like step up. Like, all right, this is mine. You guys figure out what else is happening on the ship. This is mine. And walked away.
Yeah.
I was like, not bad.
I thought it was good. And the villains were getting more development. We get to see them all together while congregating. And now we have a little bit more astronomy chick and astronomer.
But
yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
I love astronomer and her fabulousness with the changing.
So she has the purple. She has the purple hair and then the black hair with the braids and everything. And I was like, interesting, but in the same episode, it's a little weird. Where she's just like, for no reasons, she's just like, "Hey, I have a different hair color now."
She did that on the first episode where it was time to come sit down and eat. She was like, "Oh," and then had a different. So we knew right there. Oh, she changes her outfits with.
So I'm wondering what else she can do. I think this will be like really interesting if she is a shapeshifter. To use that to manipulate the Rangers in the future to impersonate one of them or to be one of their parents or to be like someone
you were thinking very far.
Yeah, like if she has that or she just
shapeshifter. It's just her hair magic, space magic.
That's a little weaker than okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, Ashley, Tracy Lynn Cruz is going to be in Cosmic Protectors. I know we haven't had any updates on that. We are working super hard. We are a little. we're a little bit behind, but we are trying to get that out. We will have updates on our social media. Please follow the Period Illuminerdi on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on the Twitter.
Yes.
And there will always be updates here on Retro Ranger and the Ranger Wrap Up every Saturday and Sunday. Oh, she's like Ramona Flowers. It is. I do like that. Or she can be Clementine from Eternal Sunshine, wearing Agent Orange, wearing like, I don't know, whatever
That's it. I love
names
it.
they
I
had.
love it. I love it. Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah. I like that. Like the Power Rangers and Ninja Turtle thing. I was super excited to see the little preview icon when I watched it on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't too keen on the voices. I wasn't too keen on Venus's character design.
No.
But other than that, I actually thought it was super fun. I like that they hit the ground running in this particular season and kind of throwing like really new, interesting ideas out there.
I love that it's so fitting because right now in the comics, they're doing a turtle.
Yeah, they just did it for.
And here we are, just out of nowhere. I did not expect this episode. And pow, I was like,
hey.
I love it.
Barbaros. So, Cosmic Protectors is actually a comic book that we are working on that we are going to be turning into a like motion comic and audio drama.
Yes.
It has. I don't know. We're working on the first issue. We have artists. We're going to release it in print, but release it for you guys. If you have any questions on that, feel free to follow Cosmic Protectors on Instagram and also patreon.com/Cosmic Protectors if you want to find out more information or if you want to support the comic. We are releasing it. It is. I'm diseased.
I'm sorry.
It's not like other kind of like fan-made, what do you call it?
Fan-made Ranger projects.
Yeah.
It's a little, it
is self-funded. We are putting our own money into it. It's taking us a little more time than we anticipated, but we have great artists. We have great voices. Tracy Lynn Cruz is reprising her role as Ashley Hammond. She's going to be Counselor Hammond in Cosmic Protectors, which is super interesting. A lot of the people from the Illuminerdi will be in Cosmic Protectors.
That's
and if you ever want to be in Cosmic Protectors, we also offer that as one of our rewards on patreon.com/Cosmic Protectors.
Boom.
Thanks for that plug.
Boom.
Plug segue.
Appreciate it. But the great thing about Cosmic Protectors is, once again, that it happens in space, and we are covering Rangers in space. Now, because it seems like really the third episode or whatever it was, the first one that we watched today,
yes,
it was a paint by the numbers episode. I mean, it was, all right, they're back home. Here goes the problem. Let's fight. Introduce everything and everyone. The turtle episode is what I just keep going back to.
It really is, because that's how they introduce it. It is really, really interesting.
It is a good turtle episode for me. It's just a mashup. I hated it back then, but I love it now. I really do.
And it was fun. It was the same thing where, like, I like that they're introducing other places in the United States. It's one of those questions that we always had on Retro, where we asked, like, they're always going after Angel Grove. Why don't they, like, stomp the shit out of, like, Nashville or something like that, where the Power Rangers don't live? And, like, but if you had to watch the Shell Shock episode or all of Turbo, oh, God, it's never going to be Turbo. Let me tell you, it will never be Turbo.
I love that. The picture is the answer. He's like, the turtles it is, baby.
It's always going to be the turtles. This one, I don't think it's bad. Like, I don't
love
like the voices.
Suits.
It's interesting.
I love the suits. I hated the voices. I could not stop laughing when they caught an energy ball.
And we're kicking it around. I'm sorry, we were both busy on the show.
When they hit the bad guy, all of a sudden, yeah, they can hold it in their hands.
Yeah.
Because they're Ninja Turtles.
But that's kind of how, like, the Ninja Turtle, like, world was. It's very goofy. It's very, like, actiony, very, like, kind of slapstick.
The further they go into space,
the
sillier the show gets. And it's always been that way. Every time I've watched Ninja Turtles, it was very grounded at first. And then the moment they introduce Krang, and then they're going to go into space on any iteration of it.
Krang was one of, like, my favorite villains, like the little brain thing.
I love Krang, and I love him being, like, stuck on Earth and them dealing with that.
Yeah.
But the moment you see Krang, all right, in about a few episodes, they're going to go into space or interdimensional. And once they do, the wacky ensues. It's like, watch out, Mikey. Whoa.
But that's part of it too.
Fucking, I hate that. I want the dope ass Ninja Turtles from episode 1, 2, and 3.
No, I mean, that definitely makes sense. Like, even these are slapstick, but it's fun. Like, I mean, Power Rangers is geared towards I want to say 7-year-olds is like probably their target audience. Everyone else that they get on top of that, it's just kind of like icing on the cake because we've been fans forever. We made it this far. We're going to continue to watch the series.
Sure.
But seeing the production value brings me in. Seeing that there's crossovers like this, like we're 3 episodes in and we're already introducing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think that's fucking fantastic. I'm hoping there's more. I'm hoping they're like going to be trying new ideas in this season. I don't know, like.
I can't wait to see the new ideas that they give, especially because they thought this was going to be the last one.
Yeah.
So they're going to go out with a bang.
They're going to go balls out. Any ideas that they have, they're like, I always wanted to do this. Let's write a story about this. And like everyone talks about space being fantastic. Yes. And I think it is. Like so far, it is interesting. They're finally pumping new ideas into this. Like,
I love the way they look. I love the way the shells do that kind of thing.
Like the plating, the armor plating.
Yes, it's so dope. So I love the wrap, and it shows like the muscle kind of cuts underneath the wraps.
Oh my god, Jared Hodges,
the way they look. Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yeah, those were super cool villains. I would love to see those two face off against Bulk and Skull. I think that would be a really cool kind of like.
Oh my god!
Kind of punking around with them, and those are the villains that is like a Bulk and Skull episode. That would be fantastic. I don't know. It was a basic plot line though, where I'm glad she went to New York. She got some new characters, but it was like, let's turn them evil. All right, they broke out of the evil because reverse polarity, or what was it? Reverse something. Yeah. Sorry, I'm still in Doctor Who. I was at like Doctor Who Con this weekend, so
I'm laughing at the last question.
One question: how did the turtles' heads not explode on the galaxy? Yeah, I was kind of wondering that too because they don't have helmets, but I mean they're mutants, man. They're mutants.
I don't know. And I don't know. They're amphibious, but still their heads should have exploded.
Or at least they should have been like frozen in like the depths of space because they don't have any suits.
I know when they popped out, it was like a green kind of magic or power, and then they were on the boards. So maybe
but still they're reptiles. So when it gets extremely cold, like in space where it's like super cold,
like the magic.
Okay.
The magic of whatever that protects the Rangers in those suits probably protected them.
That's fine.
Whatever.
It's probably the pizza. Grid. All the pizza they eat. Pizza is like one of those superfoods, right? The more pizza you eat, the more immune to space you are.
God, look, I understand it's make believe. I am working here. I am putting it in the real world. And that's why I gave you the answer of morphin grid magic. Because that's real.
Hey, I accept it. And this is Power Rangers, and already this has more continuity and more like linear stories than before, where we already have like all the villains coming back. We get introduced to the new big bad. We're introduced to Andros. We find out like we don't know a lot about him. I'm guessing he killed the rest of the members of his team, and that's why he didn't want to be alone. He wanted to be the solo Red Ranger. Realize that
they haven't told us yet, so we can think of anything right now. And I'm going for. This is
all new to me. This is all new.
He had them definitely killed. Like he was like, "Let's go into war," and then they all died. He was like, "Ooh," his clothes and flew off.
My thing is like Andros is probably a psychopath. He did kill off all of them like slowly, and he was like, I don't want to kill anymore. I don't want to live this kind of lifestyle. And he saw the other Rangers and all torn up and raggedy, and he was like, you know what? This is gonna be a new, super fun cat and mouse game. I'm gonna try to make them Rangers, and I'm gonna hunt them down one by one
and murder them all.
And I think that would be a really fun Power Rangers twist to find out that one of the Rangers, like the big turn, because we always see it within an episode where it's like, oh, I'm bad, but by the end of the episode, I'm actually good. But I want them to pretend to be good, and at the very end, like he is the one to kill Astromina. She, everyone else, and he is just like, you know what? This is what I use my Ranger powers for.
And then at the end of that Ninja Turtle season, he killed Venus de Milo. So that's why she's not a Ninja Turtle anymore.
Oh, she's after the Venus.
After that live thing, she doesn't exist. We haven't seen her.
Oh.
So I think she's not canon, which means Andros murdered her after his murdering spree of the Rangers.
Interesting. And Barb also says, fun fact, Saban said this was originally meant for, to air as a backdoor pilot for Next Mutation. However, timing conflicts, it aired after...
The Mutation premiered.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it aired after it premiered. This will be a horrible backdoor pilot because the thing is they've already existed. They already have Venus, blah, blah. On Next Mutation, they explain where she came from and all that. So
but I'm also like, also thrown off by like, why are you just a lighter blue? You couldn't be like yellow? orange, like a color that like isn't
orange
like a different.
We have yellow.
Oh yeah, orange is Michelangelo. Sorry, I'm done. But like yellow,
or simply pink.
Yeah, I mean, but it's fine. You can be a lighter shade of blue.
Yeah, whatever. I guess that's what you guys gonna do. I love hearing Ellen's theories. She's gonna have my mind blown so many times.
Yeah, but I'm hoping that Andros is a big bad, which is why like he explains it as he's distancing himself because he doesn't trust them, but also like
I love how he didn't trust the turtles.
He shouldn't have.
He was the smart one. He was smart. He was like, guys, something's wrong here. They're like, shut up. We're all happy. And the thing guys, is, like, he just said, I'm gonna murder you. Yeah, you're silly. Let's go, guys.
He is cautious. Like he's smart. He's smart. And it's like, we just met them. Isn't it weird coincidental timing? And it was.
Yeah, how did you guys know we were here? Wait, what's going on? Like, I love how he was asking the question.
What up, Newbell? How's it going? We're having a coughing party over here, so please feel free to join in.
Oh man, a yellow turtle and yeah, that's right. They do have now the yellow turtle in the comics.
This is so weird.
A female yellow turtle. That's what what you were doing. I was like, oh please.
It's super fuzzy. No. I'm having I feel like Tony Stark with I was gonna say, right in the middle. I should put it here, and it's my little
right there. It's actually where you're keeping your nanotech.
Yes.
And then anytime you need you're running, you go. It's all super file.
It's true.
See?
Hopefully we'll be going into space. I really do like this season so far. I'm trying to think of what else even happened.
Ewoks. Who said that? Who?
Dude, I would eat those Ewoks, man. And I would definitely wear their skins. Like 100%, I would skin them and fucking wear them. Like, from the Ewoks. From the Ewoks. If I lived on a planet of Ewoks, I think they're cute. I'll probably domesticate a couple of them as pets, servants, But the rest of them, I would definitely skin them.
Because immediately you're thinking to yourself, I need some of that Ewok meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like there's a lot of resources other than trees there, so
When I go to Big Bear, immediately I'm like, I'm going to be the first guy to murder a bear and eat it. That's what I always think, and I never happen to run into one. But if I do, you know what's happening.
It's true.
Bear barbecue.
Ewoks, I guess they're kind of cute, but Ewoks aren't my favorite thing in Star Wars. I would definitely eat them.
You like the little Utati?
Actually, my favorite. If I lived on a planet, even though I don't really like the cold, I would. Dude, Baba Freak is probably the best thing about last movie. Hey! For sure. Like that.
Oh god, if I could, I would do it all day.
Hoth is the planet I would live on. Like I fucking love Wampas. I love Tauntauns.
Is it cold?
It is cold, but that's why I got to kill all the Ewoks and wear their fur.
We don't.
But anyway, we digress. This does have a lot of kind of space things in it, so I think there's going to be a lot of Star Wars references, even from the set. Reminds me of Star Wars with the doors and everything. But I guess it could be X-Men, could be any kind of space thing. No,
you're right. It's definitely they pulled from Star Wars, they pulled from Star Trek, and they just kept pulling. So I mean, you're right. When it was you even hear the doors, it's just like they do. So it's I know exactly what's happening here, and I love it.
What was your favorite part about these episodes?
Honestly, the in-suit fighting that we had to see that was American. Yeah. I loved the Turtle episode because of that. And then as far as the one before that, they had a lot of in-suit fighting that was oh, whoa, you guys are shooting this. Wait, this was shot in Culver City. This was shot here. This was shot in Irwindale. I could tell. And I was like, oh my God, I love it. I loved it so much.
I'm going to derail this conversation one more time. Yeah, porgs actually do look delicious. I would fucking eat all of those things too. I would fucking eat all of those. I'm not a sucker for cute things, with the exception of fucking Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is fucking cutest thing I've ever seen. But all those other Star Wars grabs.
I got so pissed when he got punched.
Dude, okay. Those actors, who was it?
Sudeikis.
I could. Nobody likes them anymore. They're terrible, terrible fucking people. I hope they burn in hell.
I love them. I love them now spin-off. That was so funny. Oh man.
It's so good. If you get a chance, watch Mandalorian. I hope that in the future we can bring a Mandalorian show. If you guys are interested in a show like this, I would love to do something like that. I'm not the biggest know-it-all of stuff, but
so that would be perfect.
It's fine.
You sit with.
I just want to show up one day in my Mandalorian armor, which I am building. I'm super excited to be involved in Mandalorian works, and they're super fun. I can't wait.
Oh my god!
But we digress because we are talking about Power Rangers in space, and I'm sorry, it's been so long. We've been away. I've been away off of the show for so long. It has been 2 2.5 months since our last Retro Ranger wrap-up.
So sorry, we're kind of excited, kind of giddy, just
Matthew
anxious.
Thompson says Daniel's the cutest thing I have ever seen, and it is absolutely true. And if any of you want to contest that, you're lying to yourselves. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, come on, guys.
So WWE Master says, I love the part where Andros beat up 3 Ninja Turtles. Andros is kind of OP in this, because even when like the other Rangers like meet him, they're a little beat up, but like he's able to fend off 5 trained Power Rangers.
Yep, and 3 trained ninjas.
Yeah,
and it was like he was like, "Get my light work." Wow, and then Donatello was like, "Ooh," I was like, "Man, okay,
yeah."
Right." Even brainwashed, they were still very good at fighting, but he took care of them like that. So it was pretty dope. Man, I just love the episode because it did so much for Power Rangers. Like I said, it did everything with real current footage. Didn't take anything from Sentai for that whole episode. It was a crossover, the first crossover of Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers, which later becomes a thing that always happens in almost every iteration.
It does fit. Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I know why maybe some of these villains that we've seen in Power Rangers don't attack other parts of the United States, at least, is because they probably have their own superheroes. Like New York has the Ninja Turtles. We're assuming if there's like any other like cities, hopefully they have their own protectors.
Wherever the big bad Beetleborgs are, I know they're
like they're doing something. Yeah, for sure.
RangerCrew.com.
But man, this is so hard. Oh, Deck is the other thing that I wanted to talk about. Like that is super interesting. Yeah. So the whole HAL 9000, especially with the red eye, it has to be pulled from Space Odyssey. If you guys haven't seen Space Odyssey,
completely.
It's a really slow movie, and I don't recommend it. To be honest,
I'm sorry, Dave.
Everyone, it is like it's one of those things where it's like you kind of have to see it just to get the references. Yeah. But Space Odyssey is a difficult movie, but obviously they did pull that. They are pulling a lot of sci-fi references, which I absolutely love, like the red eye and like the whole renaming.
Yeah, the holodeck, also Star Trek.
Yeah,
I was thinking they introduced us to the holodeck. I thought they would end up using it probably to trick astronomers.
Oh, that would be fun.
She got on the plane, she got on the ship, and she thinks she's in the cockpit, and she thinks she's controlling things, and then she's like, "Oh, fine, self-destruct." And then she walks off and disappears, and they're like, "Holodeck," and blah blah blah, and then you're like, "Oh no way, she was on the holodeck the whole time."
Oh shit!
Like that would have been dope.
Yeah,
I would have loved that as an ending. That would have been smart and cool.
We lost the comments, but the realtor was asking, like, what do you think would have happened if Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like, what was it, like, went through?
Oh, Sim Deck. Thank you for the correction that I didn't need. Go ahead.
But yeah, what was the comment, producer Shay? They were going so fast. I wish we can have like the whole.
Yeah.
The realtor. Abram.
Where do you think Power Rangers would have gone if
So I never watched it. You're familiar with it.
Yeah.
Do you think there would ever just be a team up, or they would go into space?
I think if it continued with the season 2 and it was received well, hopefully it would have got a third. If it got a third, Saban would have partnered with Henson when making his kind of making some of the bad guys, and they probably would have even had more American-made stories and bad guys more and more and more. That's what I think.
I don't know. Like I actually just based off of these episodes with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm glad that they didn't have additional seasons of this. It doesn't. I don't like the voices. Is that the actual actors that they had to come over and do the ADR for Power Rangers as well? They do great. I don't know. Maybe younger me would have absolutely loved it. It is the higher pitch, which is why a lot of times I don't necessarily like anime either. Because like I don't fuck up here, even though like my hearing range is like somewhere in the middle.
Exactly.
I don't necessarily like that. Even for the guys, like it sounded kind of forced. Like I wish they got
it sounded fast. It sounded fake. It sounded like.
And I wanted more of the especially for like someone like Mikey, where it's like we just want like the kind of cool, laid back like surfer dude, where it's I'm chill, and I'm like.
I wanted Raph to sound gruffer.
Yeah, and like because he
didn't like.
Because Raphael is like actually the oldest. I think like he shouldn't be the leader, but
the toughest.
Yeah, but we have Leonardo, who's like the leader, the level-headed one. And it's like, based off of their voices, you couldn't really pick out who was who, in my opinion.
Right.
Like, Donnie didn't sound especially intelligent, especially, like, logical. Leonardo didn't have that leadership quality.
No.
So to answer your question, I'm glad that they didn't have season 2. If it did, it probably would have stagnated where it was. And Larry also says that I am Deca. I would love to be Deca.
Boss.
Like, I am boss. In Cosmic Protectors, if you are wondering, I am boss, which is the binary organizational security system, I believe.
Yep.
So it is kind of like Deca. It is super interesting. Because I'm not good at voices. Like, I don't know how to.
I think we should write something in where it's like, I'm sorry, I can't do that, Dave. He's like, what? Nothing.
Yeah. But it'll be more Joe. It'll be Joe for the Phoenix Ranger.
I'm sorry, I can't do that, Joe. What?
Yeah.
Pardon me. And then you just say something else.
Yeah, right? I think that would be a fun clip.
It would be funny.
Man, these comments go by super fast. If you do get the opportunity and you want us to read your comments.
Wait. They're saying was not the voices used in the Next Mutation. I actually thought they were, because I thought this was shot after New Mutation already started and already aired. I thought they just took the same exact people. That's interesting. I didn't know. Thomas Franco asked if you had the sim deck. I mean, did you like the sim deck? Yes or no? And then if you did or if you didn't.
What is the sim deck?
The holodeck.
The holodeck, right? Deck. Okay, it's called the sim deck.
It's called the sim deck.
I think it looks fantastic. Like, I think it's super fun. I'm down with this. Everything that they're giving to us so far, I'm obviously being really critical because I'm like old and grumpy, but I actually like this season so far. I love the new ideas. I love the design. I love the names they have. I love the little surfing. What are they called? The little surfboards they got?
Something gliders. Like,
that looks super cool. As a kid, Tailspin was one of my favorite things. And my dream was to. Thank you, Larry Newville. I get well. Also, stop hurting yourself. Please stop injuring yourself.
Yes,
also, everyone else, do not get sick. If there's anyone around you that has a disease like me, hopefully there's no digital cooties. But if there are, definitely get that cootie shot right now.
Dot, circle.
No, circle, dot. Now you have the cootie shot. Please get vaccinated.
Yes. But he also asked, do you think that that sim deck really helped them with training so they were better in the field?
Kind of seemed like that.
I mean, that's what they were using it for. I think that's really dope.
It is. And they're practicing pool. Ashley's going to get it on with Andros. She's going to learn her force powers.
Sim deck is a good
I mean, they could do everything. Like, that is fucking fantastic. It's not just a simulator for fighting. It's a simulator for everything. So can you imagine, like, this might be on Quest for Player 2 in the future if you want to tune in on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock.
All right.
If I had a sim deck, I'm not going to talk about it. But I already know what would happen if Battlestar Galactica.
You saw my face. Immediately, that's what I thought.
Candlelit, velvety, silky.
I was like, oh my gosh.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, they're called Galaxy Gliders. I don't know who said that, but I caught the end of that. Thank you so much. Those look fucking fantastic. Like, I would love to ride on one of those. If I was in Ninja Turtles 2, I might risk having my head explode or being frozen out in space to be able to ride one of those. Oh. But I would also ask to be like, hey, can you take me to New York first? And then let me ride around, and I'd be like, hey, I'm gliding here. Get out of my way, taxi. You know.
Hey, I'm gliding over here.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's far better than gliding in space and your head exploding, because that's what should.
Probably my best voice right now is Boba Freak. Hey, it's like the closest thing.
Do the yo, just do the yo. No, do the sound. I'll do the movement.
All right. Hey, that thing is.
I like when he goes yo.
Like that's the one thing that I feel like Power Rangers is missing. They are missing a cute little companion. They are missing a companion. If you guys ever watched like this animated series called something where they have a cat bug, I don't know what it's called.
Oh, it's
Bravest Warriors. If you've ever seen Bravest Warriors, they are in space. They have a cute cat bug. If you are in Star Wars, they have so many cute little characters. I mean, Alpha 6. Let's be real, isn't the most cuddly, cute robot, will not stand a chance against something like a BB-8 or a K2SO.
Hey,
oh my god. Hey. Oh, that's really good. Yeah, that's good. That's a good.
Yes, the droid is ready.
Oh my god, I like how she makes herself laugh.
Bubble freak.
That is a good one.
And then I'm gonna do it again. I'm sorry, I just have to. Oh god. I'm sorry.
But yeah,
it's the best sound in the world to me. If I hear that anywhere, I just start breaking up and laugh. I can't.
It's super cute. Like, that was the best thing. But what is
That's so racist?
What?
Is it?
Wait, what's racist?
What race?
Wait, did I say something?
Bubble Freak?
Bubble Freak?
For what race?
Oh, he's totally Hispanic.
You think so?
Oh,
God.
I know that. They don't sound, but Hispanic people don't sound like that.
Yeah, I didn't. Oh, jeez.
We'll discuss it later. Maybe if you guys are curious, we can have a discussion.
Yeah, we'll
I don't know.
Boba Fett later.
But yeah, we kind of talked about our favorite thing about Star Wars. Let us talk about our favorite thing. We did this. We talked about the fighting. I really like that. I like the new ideas coming into this series. How would you rate these 2 episodes?
Honestly, if I had to rate these 2 episodes, the first episode gets out of 5. It's a solid 3. It didn't have too much action, but it was still good enough. It had great exposition. It let me know, like, hey, this show is different from what you've seen before. The villains, in some ways, may be smarter. The Rangers are like, everything's on the line, and they know it. So I like that. So a solid 3, even if the episode did kind of suck. The second episode, the Ninja Turtle episode, bad episode, but I just love the Ninja Turtles so much that this gets a 4.
And I hope we get to see it at Power Morphicon. I really do hope that now that I get the reference, if Jezzer does dress up as Mikey, that's fucking fantastic to see him there. I do love the new suits. I love the song. I love everything about this so far. I don't really remember the 3rd episode. The new Megazord is a little weak to me. Just like the small ship that they were in becomes the head and it comes back and the body is already there. Like I don't. The morphing of like the Megazord is a little weird.
Lackluster, it's weird.
Yeah, because Thunder Megazords, I feel like, man, when they combine, like it seems really cool.
It's an event, but this
but I do like that they don't spend a whole lot of time on it.
True.
Which is kind of nice. I do like the new morphing sequence, which is really good.
Oh yeah.
I'm super hyped for this series, and a lot of people did hype this up for me, and I feel like so far it is. Especially coming off of Turbo, man. Especially coming off of Turbo. Like, even though, like, the Ninja Turtle episode was kind of out of left field for me and came, like, super early, I like that they're trying new ideas. And this is what Power Rangers needs at this point. They were running low on ideas. And even these ideas are still used. Like, we're going to get someone, we're going to make them evil. And at the end, I'm hoping that the writers will get to try some different long run games, because it does seem like the continuity for these where it's like, hey, we're introducing this, we're going to bring things back, if they can have longer arcs and not necessarily have to label them like part 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5, 4 of 5, but just have these Easter eggs that if you're watching along, how a lot of shows now, we have a higher standard.
True.
I wish we could see all the ratings so we could read them for you. We do not have a computer. Extra for us. They are on there. So if you guys can read them, or if you do want to support us, if you go to our Patreon page, you can support us through Cosmic Protectors. That'll give us new computers that we can work on the animation and like our ADR and everything else for editing.
And even comments.
If you want to give us super chats, do we have the ability to do super chats? Because we are a new channel, right?
Yeah,
we do not have the ability to do super chats right now. If you could tell your family and friends and enemies and anyone out there to come and support our channel, to follow, to comment, to subscribe, to do whatever it takes so we can start getting super chats. We are very new here at the Illuminerdi. We are trying to build our clout. We are trying to like get our name out there. So anything that you guys can do to share this out to anyone else on your Facebooks or social medias.
Heck yeah.
I don't know. You can make a little poster with a little cut things and be like, hey, take one of these if you want some.
Stand outside your house with like a sign that says,
the flippy
have
kind.
you subscribed yet? And then flip it around. It's like the Illuminerdi. Or make one of those signs that you put on your lawn that says, I've subscribed to the Illuminerdi. Have you? Like just right on
And
your
if you take a picture of any of your support, we'll go ahead and repost that on our social media.
Twitter and on Instagram. If you guys do anything like that, trust me, we'll put it on Twitter and or Instagram. Let us see it. Send it to us. And we will definitely post it for you.
Producer Shay, do you know how many subs we need to get super chat privileges? We do not. So we would like to get 5 billion people to follow us at the Illuminerdi. And if we do reach that, we will give some kind of reward. You'll probably get a popsicle. It'll probably be melted by the time it gets to you. But
I like that. That would be it.
Then you get juice.
And then also, we won't kill Joe. That's why he hasn't been. That's why he hasn't been here. So you guys want to see Joe live?
Layla, thank you so much for actually providing us some information. We need 1,000 a certain amount of watch hours, so that does make sense. If you can send it out, or if you want to rewatch our videos, like I don't know, 5,000 times each, that would be fantastic, and we definitely appreciate it. If you don't want to, That's fine.
I mean,
we
hey,
understand.
I guess
Life
as
is
long as
busy.
you are
Life
subscribed.
is difficult when you're popular. You have other things to do, but share it out to other people. We're going to try to get our super chats. We definitely do need better internet here in our studio in Manhattan Beach. We were having issues today, so thank you so much for sticking with us through our technical difficulties.
We appreciate your
We will
patience.
probably have these issues until we get super chats.
Yeah,
and
that's
until
true.
we get super chat
That's
money.
So until then, you can go to our Patreon and give us money because we need food and clothing. And no, we're not.
No.
Okay, never mind.
Our outro.
It's just me.
All right, we'll see you next week, next Sunday, at 6:00 here on YouTube. And I don't know, I'm trying to think of a clever outro. I want to do something with "Let's rock it out of here," but I guess this works. This works.
And until next week, let's rock it out of here.
Bye, guys.